Hi, I'm Lei Yan A. Baucas, and first, let's take a look at the key moments and events in the development of flights. Leonardo da Vinci. Given his close observance and use of nature as a foundation for many of his ideas, emulating natural flight was an obvious place to begin. This is the work of Da Vinci. It is called ornithopter, one of Da Vinci's famous inventions, and display his powers of observation and imagination. Ornithopter is a machine that employed flapping wings to generate both lift and propulsion. The second person to contribute in the development of flight is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke didn't agree with the idea of Da Vinci. He concluded that the human body doesn't have enough strength to power the flying machines. Joseph Michel and Jacques-Étienne Montgolfier, they built a balloon that is 33 feet, made with silk and lined with paper, and launched it. It flew for 23 minutes. After 10 days, Professor Jacques Charles launched the first hydrogen balloon on August 27, 1783. Sir George Cayley is the father of aerial navigation, for he is the first man carrying aeroplane to make powered with sustained and controlled flights as high as it flew. William Samuel Henson invented an aerial steam carriage on the fuselage, while Otto Lilienthal proved that human flight in aircraft heavier than air was practical and worked toward the dream of powered flights. He then became the first human to fly in a glider in 1891. Wilbur and Orville Wright are brothers who achieved the first power-sustained controlled flights that they built for 2 years. The first major component of an aircraft is the fuselage. The word fuselage came from the Latin word which is fusus. Fusus, which describes the shape of the fuselage. Fuselage is the central body and is designed to accommodate crew and the passengers. Three types of fuselage: the truss, monocoque, and semi-monocoque structures. First, let's take a look at the truss structure. The truss structure is a fuselage made up of supporting structural members resist formation by applied loads. A monocoque structure is a shell-like fuselage design, which the stressed outer skin is used for the majority of stresses. The semi-monocoque structure refers to the stressed shell structure that is similar to a true monocoque. It is used for aircraft fuselage, car bodies, and motorcycle frames. The second component of an aircraft is the wings. The wings is an airfoil that helps to lift a heavier than aircraft. It is placed below the fuselage. Low wing reduces the height of the undercarriage and simplify engine maintenance. Ribs are the structural crosspieces that combine with spars and stringers to make up the framework of the wing. They usually extend from the wing leading edge to the rear spar or to the trailing edge of the wing. Wing spar can be thought of as the skeleton or the frame of an aviation wing. Fuselage is fastened to the wing spars to hold place. Stringers, or referred to interchangeable as longerons, run lengthwise along an airplane's fuselage or spanwise of a wing. Their purpose is to serve as structural components that transfer loads and stresses from the aircraft skin to the formers. Are extended outward from the fuselage to near the midpoint of each wing. When extended, the flaps move simultaneously to increase the lifting force to wings for takeoff or landing. Ailerons are extended from the midpoint of each wing outward to flip and move in opposite directions to create aerodynamic forces that causes the airplane to roll. The empennage is the third major component of an aircraft. The empennage is the whole tail unit at the extreme rear of the fuselage. It provides the stability and directional control of an aircraft. Rudder is the primary flight control surface which controls rotation about the vertical axis of an aircraft. Trim tabs are small secondary flight control surfaces that are attached to the trailing edge of a larger primary control surface, such as elevator or rudder. An elevator is a primary flight control surface that controls movement about the lateral axis of an aircraft. The aircraft power plant, or should we say engine, provides mechanical force to power aircraft-associated accessories necessary for a flight. The last one is the landing gears. It is also called the undercarriage. It is considered a complex system for consists of structural members, hydraulics, absorption components, wheels, and tires. It is designed to support the aircraft while grounded and to withstand high loads during landing without any damage, providing comfort to the passengers. Drag is the force that resists movement of an aircraft through the air. Drag. Lift is the force that directly opposes the weight of an airplane and holds the airplane in the air. Lift is generated by every part of the plane, but most of the lift on a normal airliner is generated by wings. Thrust is the force which moves an aircraft through the air. Thrust is used to overcome the drag of an airplane and to overcome the weight of a rocket. Weight is a force that pulls the aircraft downward because of the force of gravity. It opposes the lift and acts vertically downward through the aircraft's center of gravity. A roll motion is an up and down movement of the wings of the aircraft as shown in the animation. Pitch refers to the rotation of the aircraft around a side-to-side axis. It can be thought as a up and down or nodding motion of an airplane. Yaw motion is a side-to-side movement of the nose of the aircraft as shown in the animation. Next is the theories in the production of lift. States that if a body is at rest or moving at a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at constant speed unless it is acted upon a force. It states that the time rate of change of the momentum of a body is equal in both magnitude and direction to the force imposed to it. States that when two bodies interact, they apply forces to one another that are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. States that an increase in the speed of a fluid occurs simultaneously with a decrease in pressure or a decrease in fluid's potential energy. Thank you, and this is what I learned in the Introduction to Aviation with Principles of Flight.